Side and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Set, hut, check the base. Check Mike 11. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Shift. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. What? Check.
Jackson on first down.
Kill.
And his first pass is incomplete. Now the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Kill.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Good job.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Shit. Showing eight.
On 3rd down, Jackson flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be taken at the 10. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19 on it. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd down, Pryor. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood what the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson eluding the pressure right. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Raiders pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how. Care of the football and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
I got you. I got you. He's Craig. He's checking Craig.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down. Pryor. Dancing to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, you better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Check 6 guys. Check. Jam him. Jam.
Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. First play of the drive, a success. 19 yards.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for a Texans first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity that went by the wayside. But let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
On the ready. 50, Mike, 50. Here we go. Here we got watch tight end.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Ready, set. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Shoot. I got you. Mike 50, Mike 50. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Mike 50.
From the gun, Pryor. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Set, ready. Now to go. 50. Watch a slant, watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Back to throw. Pryor. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
You ain't doing nothing today.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Defense all day.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Schwartz. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Tackles.
From the gun on 3rd down. Pryor. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And McManus had a little too much slice on it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And really, they're pretty fortunate right now to only be down 3-0 following 2 turnovers. They've got it now 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Flushed out right. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play. Obviously, instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
23 yards on the play.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Keep it up, defense, keep it up,
This
guys.
offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now it's Gurley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Tighten up, tighten up.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heel.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You don't want no problem.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, 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 hey. 50.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pryor looking deep for Adams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Check Mike 11. I'm coming. Check. Hey.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 33 and a first. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
At their 48-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Check 43. Check 9.
Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Set, ready. Check Mike 11. What's the run? They're running it.
From the gun, it's Jackson being chased out left. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Check 99, check 99. Switch, switch, switch.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to take off with it. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
A 46-yard attempt.
And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Here we go. 50, over the ending. I got water. Go. Hey, Mike's 50. All day. Hey, check.
Operating from the gun. Pryor.
Watch the pass.
And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On first down, it's Jacobs, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike's 50. Let's go, D. Big series.
From the gun, Pryor. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
You got tight right there. SOS, SOS, SOS.
Here's Jackson operating from the gun. Flush to his right. Finds his tight end Ingram. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Check three, check three, check three. Undercrush, undercrush.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Check, check, check. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Jacobs. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I got one. Watch the twist.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Pittsburgh. Watch the out. Mike 50, Mike.
Looking to throw. Pryor. Looking deep for Adams. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Out. Tight dog. Watch twist.
Now Jackson. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Let him know. Check 13. Check hot. Check 26.
Here's Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 6-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike's 50. You got nothing to that.
Back to throw. Pryor. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Exit. 36.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Down. Check. They can't hang with us. Switch it. Switch it. Watch the shift. Slam.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Now watch run, watch run. Watch Edge,
On first and goal, Gurley. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Second and goal from inside the 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on third and goal.
Check 50, check 50. Check safety, check safety. Hey, alert.
Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And he will score. It's a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on first and 10.
Check Mike 50. Check Mike, check.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking gain 35 yards.
Let's go.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Check tight end, check tight. Check tight.
Looking to throw. Pryor. Being chased out left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
To throw on second down, Pryor. His throw incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
56. 56, right there, 56. I got him.
Back to throw. Pryor.
Rip left.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. Johnson was the intended receiver. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a first and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
It's coming again.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on third down.
Texans, first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Check Mike 11. Check Mike 11. It's a party now.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check. Fresno. 22, jet cover.
Now on second down, this is Gurley.
We ain't giving them nothing today.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talked about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Shit. Showing 8.
Operating from the gun. Jackson buying time to his left. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Texans on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 16.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Check Mike 11. He runs. Check.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Man left. Hey. We got 3. 3 down.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't it?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Derrick Henry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Defense coming in earlier in the they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
I'm on.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a pop. Negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Set, ready. Mike, 50. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
2nd and 6. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schwartz. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Looking to throw. Pryor. It's caught here by Adams. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
2nd and 3. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. 4 yards to pick up. 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Rolling to his right. And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40. And they will score a pick-6 for the Texans TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
Complete to Josh Jacobs.
Let's get a sack lunch.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Johnson's got it complete. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Oh, you got deep?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pryor. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Texans, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they go down to defeat for just the second time in 11 games so far. And they'll try and turn things around next week as